Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you enjoy this video. My name is ZP, and in this one, I'm going to show you how to build this super simple, super easy, super handy, super smelter. Before we get into the tutorial today, guys, I want to talk about a few features of this design. This is my own original design, and this has three main features that really make this one great to have over other designs. The first one we're going to discuss is zero maintenance. You do not have to do anything to this farm, which plays into the next 2 points of automatic operation. Forget about flicking levers and clicking buttons. No. This thing does its thing all on its own. You put the stuff you want smelted in here, you put your fuel in here, you're good to go. And the other point for this farm's ease of use is excess fuel control. This feature means that the system reads the fuel levels from the hoppers behind the furnaces so that these always have excess fuel already waiting behind them so that the furnaces always stay stocked, and if they do not have an excess of fuel behind them, it will automatically refuel itself. So this super smelter is pretty simple to operate. I've got a couple signs here labeling things. So in this chest, you're going to put the things you want smelted, and these will get sucked out super fast. And then in here is where you put your fuel. You see I got a bunch of oak logs stocked in there. And down here is where all your items will come out once they've smelted. And this design uses the automatic minecart loaders and unloaders I showed in my previous redstone tutorial. If you haven't seen that, check it out. We built those right over there. That was a fun little tutorial. And this is a great design. This is my own original design for this system. And this design has 10 furnaces. That way it smelts one item every second, reducing the smelting speed by 10. So enough blabbering. This is everything you're going to need to build this farm. At the bottom here, this is going to be 6 stacks of any random item. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be anything. You just need 6 stacks of it. And these right here are 2 stacks of any building block, whatever you want to use to build this out of. In this case, I just have stone. So if you want to pause the video, screenshot it, and then we can get on to building it. And keep in mind, if you are building this underground or around anything else, you're going to need a 8 block by 16 block area, and you're also going to need 5 blocks of vertical space. So if you've got all your materials ready and your space cleared, we are ready to get building. You're going to want to come in 3 blocks this way onto the 4th block, come in 3 blocks onto the 4th block, place your first dropper, place your second dropper on top of that. Next, you're going to want to come down here and place 15 droppers all in a line leading into the bottom dropper. All right, once you've gotten all of your hoppers in place, you're going to want to come over to the other side of your little dropper tower here, place down a comparator, place a block after that, then some redstone dust over here, and place a block on top of your redstone dust, and a block on top of your comparator. Then you're going to want to come over to this side, you're going to place a block there, another comparator this way, little redstone dust here, and put that comparator in subtract mode so that little cherry light is on there. And there is your auto dropper. This is a design by Mumbo Jumbo. I will have his video linked down in the description. This is a pretty old design, but still works like a charm. So once you've finished up your auto dropper, you can come back to the other end of your hopper line and start placing in all your furnaces. Once those are in place, you can go up on top of them and place your next 10 hoppers facing down into the furnaces from the top. Then you're going to put 2 building blocks off from those hoppers, and then you're going to put a third up on there. You can break this one, and then you're going to grab a lever, put it on this block, and turn it on. Then you can come back to this end of your smelter. You're going to place 1 block, followed by your block of redstone, then 2 more blocks, so it should look like this. Next, you'll put 1 block up at a diagonal like that, and now you're ready to start putting your rails in. You'll start at this end of your furnace array with a powered rail, followed by a standard rail, and then put powered rails on top of all of your furnaces, followed by a regular rail, another powered rail, followed by another regular rail, then your detector rail. You can put a regular rail up there and break it, so that way this rail gets held up at an angle. Then you could grab 2 of your chests, place 1 on this block, and the other one off to the side so it hangs over that detector rail you just placed down. Next, we'll start on our auto loader circuit. For that, you're going to want to place 3 blocks here and 1 block up like that. You can break this block. Then you'll place a comparator coming off of the detector rail into that block, place a torch on that side of the block. You'll put another comparator here, and you'll put down a chest leading into that comparator. And in here, you'll put 3 stacks of your items. Don't forget to put this comparator in subtract mode. And then you'll come over here, place down a piston with a fence gate on there, and that is your autoloader circuit done. So that is the smeltable items input all done. Next, we want to start on the fuel input. To do that, you'll face 10 hoppers into the backs of all your furnaces. Once you've done that, much is the same on the last section, you're going to come off 2 blocks at the back. Then you're going to want to place a block up at the top. You can break this one if you want, doesn't need to be there. Then you'll come back to the other end of the assembly, place down 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and then another one up here. You can break that one, it's not necessary either. And then you'll want to put your rails in. You'll start that by putting down 1 regular rail here, followed by a power rail behind that. That way these 2 powered rails don't connect. And then you'll put powered rails on top of all of your hoppers, followed by a regular rail, another powered rail, another regular rail, a detector rail, put a regular rail up there, break it, then once again, place 2 chests hanging over the detector rail so they'll collide, and then we're going to want to get started on our second autoloader system. You're going to do this the same as you did the last one. You'll bring down 1, 2, 3 blocks, place one up like this. You can break that one, it doesn't need to be there. Bring a comparator off of your detector rail, put that in subtract mode, put a torch here, put another comparator there. You can put a chest here, put your other 3 stacks of random items in there, then grab a piston, throw it on top of there, and your fence gate, put it on the end of the sticky piston, and that is your second autoloader complete. And I almost forgot to power these rails in the middle here. You're going to want to come in 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th rail, place a block, grab a lever, smack it on there, flip it down, and that powers on all your rails on top of both rows of hoppers. Next, we're going to start on the smart fueling system, and the way this works before we get on to building it over there is that each hopper is connected to a comparator, which is connected to a redstone torch into a redstone line, and this enables it so that if any one of these furnaces is getting at all low on fuel, it will automatically turn on, send out the minecart, grab fuel, distribute it, come back, get more, distribute it, and stop right over there. That way you always have an excess amount of fuel sitting in these hoppers, and it will not stop until every one of these hoppers has excess fuel in it. So to build that, you're going to want to place a block behind every one of your chests. That's going to take 10 blocks. And then you're going to want to place your comparators facing out of each of those. You're then going to bring blocks off of the outputs of all of those comparators. That should take 10 more blocks, so you should now have them facing in like that. Then you're going to come through and put a redstone torch on each and every one of these blocks. Then you're going to come out to the next block, which I mismeasured somehow. You are going to need more space than I initially said, and place down 10 more blocks like so, and then you can put redstone dust on each of those. Then you'll come out 2 more blocks and 3 over this way. That way it connects at a diagonal with this block here with your powered rail, and you're going to put your 1 repeater right there, because this redstone signal strength can get a little weak if this hopper at the end is the one requesting it. So having a repeater there just enables us to get a stronger signal. You're going to put dust leading all the way to there, and that powers this rail anytime a furnace needs fuel. And to finish off, you can place your output chest right over your dropper and line it up there, maybe put in a floor, and this whole thing is done. All that's left to do is slap down your minecarts, send them on their way, and find some things to get smelting. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and leave a comment letting me know how it's working for you. I'd love to hear it, and I will see you in the next one.